Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's here. After weeks of waiting, the space update has finally dropped. I was so excited about it, I didn't even stop to do my hair this morning. That's why it looks nice and weird today. It's really super mohawky, which is not really how I normally wear it. But there was too much to prepare for with this stream this morning. So let's give it a mess. How's that? Well, on my camera that looks exactly the same as before I did it. So this is what the hair looks like today, and you're gonna have to deal. What's up, Tio? How's it going, Jester Gogo? Jester, yes, the space update is finally here after all of your begging. I have to tell you, dude, you were turning into a meme among the content creators. We were all making light of the fact that you would log into a stream just to ask if the space update was coming. And that would be like one of three things that you said on everybody's stream. So Jester, you're well known around the community, my man. But the space update is finally here. Finally here! And boy, is there a lot to go over. So let's go ahead and get on into it. We are still in the month of September. Wow, I had to actually look down at my calendar to double check that we were still in September. Llama! Aye! What's going on? Lyrical Gangsta, good morning. So as I mentioned, we're still in the month of September, only about halfway through, which means we're still collecting Spaceman Reed. So we'll go ahead and grab those rewards. We're also going to talk a little bit about the booster pass that is in play. It's in play for everybody for a free 3 days, which is an excellent decision, I think, on Gameloft's part, to let everybody see exactly how it's going to function before you have to decide whether or not you want to spend $10 on it over 14 days. Is it worth it? We'll go over that in just a second. One of the content creators made an excellent post about it, and I think it's worth noting. So, we can now see when we go into our daily quests that our booster pass is active, which means that every single time we collect a daily quest, it's going to give us an extra 20 gems. So keep in mind that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, sorry. It gives a bonus reward for each quest, but that bonus reward is different depending on which quest you are collecting. So let's go ahead and collect in here the same quests that we collect every day. The daily quests have not changed. All that has changed is the rewards you get for them if you have the booster pass active. In addition, every single time you get energy, you now get twice as much energy with the booster pass active. Look at this, 214 monolith energy for us to spend right at the beginning. Tio, can space beat the Buccaneers? What's up, Redbeard? Haven't seen you in a minute, my man. How are you doing? Tio, can space beat the Buccaneers? I have a feeling that the answer is yes. To be honest with you, just about every team can beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are very strong offensively. Defensively, it is very dependent on who you have on your team. If we're talking about a Buccaneer team with Scarlet and Valiant, then the answer might be a little bit different. But I have a feeling that if you have a fully leveled up Kelvin ready to go, that she is going to help maintain your team while Redbeard is doing all of his crazy counters, because she's going to be healing people a lot out of turn. More on that in just a minute. Redbeard hiking for 10 days. Good on you, dude. Get out into the great outdoors. Put all of this electronic stuff behind you. Unless you brought your phone with you just so you could play Legos while you were gone. Although, to be fair, you didn't miss much over the last 10 days. The space update dropped yesterday, so if you're looking to get in on that, then you got back just in time. Alright. We are almost finished leveling up our stinky man here. Businessman Trent coming in at... What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? 145 out of 150. I think that means we're gonna get him to 7 stars today. Hold on when we look at our Brickspedition board. And then We're going to come in here. We're still trying to finish out our 7 stars hiker. And then we're going to be spending extra energy on Kelvin in the Monolith Waste. Oh my goodness. So much exciting stuff to do. I did the dailies on some days, but didn't have a lot of reception. That's okay. Nobody's perfect. No campsite is perfect, I suppose. Tio, your booster pass is not here. You might want to double check on that. We had to actually elect into it. Even though it was free for 3 days, you still had to elect into it in order to get it to actually start for you. Okay, so we started this morning by doing one of the Explore Aurora nodes. We're going to come in here and do the other one really quickly. We've got enough energy to clear it out entirely, which I always enjoy. It makes me feel better because I feel like you get tiles every time that way, and I like it more than doing them one at a time. Okay, finished those missions. Let's see what the bonuses are for collecting. Gems for the Monolith Waste, gems for 7 missions, gems for Piptown United. Arena battles, you get an extra 100 arena currency. This is pretty huge. Extra experience for completing the challenges, buying items, extra experience. It's just, there's a bunch of wonderful stuff going on here. Not to mention, Pegleg's treasure event went live right after they pushed through the space update and gave everybody that free booster pass for 3 days. This is brilliant because the booster pass gives you an extra 10% gold coins. The booster pass gives you an extra 10% coins everywhere you get coins. So for them to combine this with the Pegleg's treasure, this was very smart. Even if it just happened by accident, it was kismet, as they say, for an extra 90,000 coins from our Pegleg's treasure event. Wonderful stuff. Now you'll notice this top level, level 70, gear level 8, requires all 7-star characters. I do have Private LeQuay ready to level up. Problem is, it only will grant an extra 50,000 coins per turn-in, or per completion. I doubt I'll be able to complete it at all, much less at Gold Star, so I'm holding off on updating LeQuay at the moment. The 300,000 coins is going to be fine for me at present, but we'll see what happens once we get up to 51 and then have to level up a whole bunch of characters all at once. Redbeard, glad you didn't miss anything? Yeah, go into the shop. If it's not there, Tio, post in the official Discord under player issues and bugs. This is a good idea, Tio. Listen to Redbeard. He will lead you in the right direction. A few people have actually been complaining about that. Theo, what's up, dude? Space update is here, and we're doing a little explore, my man. Good stuff. Okay. So let's see. We've done the event, campaign, shop, bags and supplies. We get our goodie bag and our daily goodie bag. And then once we have completed all of our daily quests, we get a free premium bag. A free premium bag. It's nice. It's nice with that daily booster pass going on, man. Did you check the event calendar on Discord? Jester, yes, I did. I noticed basically that there are a bunch of Brick Pace events coming back. Everybody's very excited about this. They have also announced that they have made changes to the Imperial Brick Pace event that is coming back for Lee and Governor Tierney. They did not tell us what those changes are, but the question was asked in the content creator channel on Discord. Have you guys made edits to it since everyone hated it so much? And the answer, my friend, is yes. Yes, they made some changes to it, but Abo would not relinquish more information than that to us in the chat. So be on the lookout for that when it comes by. Also, Master Wu Master Event is coming down the pike. So if you don't have your pirate characters at 5 stars or greater, get them, because you will need them in order to unlock Master Wu, and you really don't want to miss out on the chance to get that character. He is way too good to overlook. If If you haven't been farming for him, get your pirate team in order and get it done. Okay. We have this other tank healer team that I've put off for a little while. Let's actually see if we can come in here and complete it now. I've made some more upgrades to my tank and healer team. Obviously, Poppy has gotten herself an upgrade. Let's see where we fare in here now. My inclination is that the damage is still just going to be too low, but we'll find out. Tio, you're in Romania. Thanks for logging in, dude. I knew that you were outside of America, but I didn't know exactly where. Romania. Nice, bro. Theo, to be honest, as much as I'm enjoying it, the number of times the booster pass seems to disappear from people's games feels more like a beta than a free 3 days. Looking forward to seeing how much it is in my currency. Theo, we are actually going to be looking at that pretty shortly. There was one great post made by Vintage, one of our fellow content creators, on what you can actually expect to get if you do pay for the booster pass regularly. He compares the $10 price point of the booster pass to what you get for $10 anywhere else in the game, and it's pretty great. So we will be going through that here relatively shortly. All right, so in order to complete this level, we have to first manage to take out Explore Aurora, which is going to require, all right, so note to self, taunting with the Dragon Knight is not the greatest move, apparently. We're gonna give this another shot, though, because I feel like this is completely doable, you know, but we just have to get a little bit of decent urge. All right. So again, with this particular one, you have to take out Explore Aurora first. You just don't have a choice. With the Arctic Glider up, they don't have any taunters. If you don't take out Explore Aurora first, she's just going to keep bringing everybody back to life. Over and over and over and over again. So, as I mentioned, let's go ahead and take the debuffs off of Explore Aurora so that she can start taking a bit more damage. The damage that this team does is so low, I'm gonna go ahead and use Valiant's heal in order to give everybody attack up for a bit. Whoa! What is that damage? Where did that come from? Oi, oi, oi. Alright, well, maybe we'll have to try taunting with one of our other taunters. Maybe Sal or something like this. Let's give it another shot and see what happens. Everybody here is level 60, gear level 6, so that might be giving us a bit of a problem, but not a lot we can do about it. We are, however, now seeing the synergy between Commander Cold and Kelvin at play. So I'm sorry to say that if, like me, you did not complete this node before the patch, it has now gotten much harder than it used to be because of the improvements made to both Commander Cold and Kelvin. So sorry out there to everybody who is stuck behind like I am. All right, let's go ahead and give everybody this heal. Give them this attack up. Let's take the defense off of Explore Aurora. Good, okay, we're getting a little bit more spread on the damage than we did the first time around. That's good news. Oh my goodness. The buff immunity is going to be really hard for us to deal with, actually. I can put a hot on somebody, and oh, so here we go. Let's put the hot on the hiker, but more importantly, let's refresh his heal a turn faster. That might be a good way to go on this. So now, I only have 1 turn to wait before he can heal rather than 2. Okay, we can finally taunt with our Sally boy, but he's about to get punished pretty hard. Still, we don't have much of a choice, although our hiker is about to get a turn, and I don't think Explore Aurora can kill Burnibus in 1 hit. So we are going to go without the taunt just one more time and use Poppy's heal here. Then, because we get a 1 free dodge with Valiant, we'll actually use Valiant's taunt. We're gonna go ahead and use the Hiker's heal here, put everybody nice and full again, and see if it is possible for us to deal enough damage to Explore Aurora to actually get her out without her just healing herself every 5 minutes. What's up, Paul? How are you doing this morning? Robert Wary, how are you doing, sir? How much, Jennifer Shaw asks, how much is the booster pass per month? The booster pass is $10 every 14 days. Now, you don't have to have it, but that is the cost of it should you decide that you want it. Has anyone tried Kelvin plus pirates against other pirates in a mirror? I can tell you that I have not tried that, although it does sound promising. Okay. Now, oof, this is gonna be a slogfest because I have a feeling Explore Aurora is about to heal herself. There it is. Yeah, so this could take a very long time and get very, very risky at a certain point. Because at a certain point, we're gonna have to forego all of the heals to simply deal damage to Explore Aurora and risk letting somebody die. Oh, goodness gracious. Frightening. We are going to get a heal from Poppy on her next turn. I've got buff immunity coming on my Valiant. Woo! Okay, we are starting to get there though. If we can just... Oh, that dodge was critically terrible. And then also putting... What is this? The damage block, reducing 25% of the damage that she takes. Her damage is already so low. The damage on my team is already so low. Oh my goodness, this is going to be rough, boys. Whoa. Alright. Well, it looks like we have to taunt with Dragon Master Burnibus because everybody else is about to die. So, let's go ahead and get this going on Sal again. Oh my goodness, we could be here all day. But if we manage to get Explore Aurora down by some mystical, magical stroke of luck, then we'll be good. We're getting there. It looks like we're getting a little closer. We just don't want anyone to die. That's the bigger problem. Also, my Burnibus does not... Ugh. My Burnibus doesn't counter reliably without Magisto on his team. Okay, we're getting a little lower. Oh, got that damage block up. Oh, and combine that with a dodge. Whew. Okay, but Kelvin did not. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Get her down, get her down, get her down. We're so close, we're so close. Oh, no. Oh, God, we have to try. Oh, and there you see one of her basically getting saved by all of this ridiculous dodging that she's doing. Plus the damage block on her. Man, that is a huge, huge spell, guys. Damage block is monstrous. I gotta get Poppy's heal in here. Okay, there's a good shot at getting Explorer Aurora down on this turn. But I've got to protect the rest of my team. All of these heals I got to pass out here. Come on. Come on. She's so close. I could get her now. Oh, come on. Okay, Explorer Aurora is gone. Now, we just have to keep everyone else. So I'm thinking now we actually take out Commander Cold. That will prevent Kelvin from having at least one synergy on the board. Or I can take out Zane. No, I think I'm going to go with Commander Cold here. Stop giving everybody the defense up buff that he's passing out. If I can get him down, I think we'll be in a solid spot. So, everybody gets their attack up. Oh, do I need to put... Yeah, I think I'm going to put the refresh again on the Hiker, because I want that hiker's heel to be coming around as fast as it possibly can be. So that shortens that by 1 turn. Oh no, oh no! Woo! Sally boy! Oh my goodness, get the taunt on somebody else. No! Oh, that was terrible. After all of that, 1 turn short of getting the hiker's heel in there. Oh, and our construction worker Sal is gonzo. Just nuts. Now everybody's just gonna get rocked one by one by one. Man, I can come back in here once I level up Burnibus a little bit more, and I have a feeling take out this entire node without much of an issue, but until then, oh goodness. I think I'll probably just finish it out since I'm already up to this point and they don't have any heals left. But wow, that is a tough hit. So close. So close to getting that one knocked out. And now, oof, everybody's just gonna go down one at a time. Let's see, I got the defense down on Valiant, so I think I'll wait a second before we continue on there. Let's go with Zane. He's gonna do a little bit more damage than anyone else on the team at the moment. And I mean, well, the Highwayman's gonna do the most amount of damage, but he's gonna always be in stealth, so it's gonna be very hard for me to get to him. Now I'll pull the defense, the taunt on Valiant. So we should have... So we've got the hiker's heal coming in 1 turn. Poppy has a heal ready for everybody. We'll just go ahead and use it, even though she doesn't have any courage, because Peeps is getting low, and we need to make sure to keep everybody alive. This Highwayman is just wrecking shop right now. Whew. Yeah, come in there and give everybody attack up, please, because this is going to take 9,000 years at this rate. Oh my goodness, we might not actually be able to do it! Too many characters go down. The Highwayman, just too much damage being dished out. The new synergy coming from Commander Cold and Kelvin. Oh my gosh, guys. This is just intense. Wow. And that's it. I mean, I'm not going to be able to complete all of those with only my hiker by himself. So I will have to come back in here and finish that out once I get a couple of my other characters leveled up. As you guys saw, I'm also leveling up Explorer Aurora. I can throw her on the team to bring people back to life. There are tricks up our sleeves. It is definitely doable, but not by me in my current team iteration. At least not without a whole bunch of very lucky RNG. Jester, can I get Woo with 7-star Redbeard, 5-star Darwin Argenta, and Cook Bart? You put Darwin in there twice, so the answer is currently no, because you'll need to have a 5th. Can I get Castaway or Scarlet to 5-star from the shop before the Woo event if I have them now at 2 stars? Jester, that will depend on how much currency you have saved up. The short answer is probably yes, although I would encourage you to, if you want to get there. How are you finding Poppy after the WeWork? Theo, we will go into this in the Brickspedition. I will show you using a Fire Station City team, and you will see for yourself. Do you think losing the small chance to revive was worth the buffs she received? Yes, but no at the same time. Redbeard was really hoping they would implement the revive costing courage. I think that would have been a much better way for them to go since you brought it up, but nobody asked my opinion. So there. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go with this team. This 54. Agile Galaxy Nomad. If you're currently watching my stream, sorry, bruh, but I'm coming for you. So here is a very typical Pirate Arena team, free to play. You just take out Redbeard first on their team, and then you don't have to worry about anything. You gotta be a little bit careful in case Redbeard dodges any of the early attacks, but if not, then you just do this, and now you can pretty much auto-battle all of the rest of it. Now, just in case, I like to take out at least one more character while keeping an eye on everything to make sure that I've got some control over what's happening. But if I were to auto-battle at this point, I would almost undoubtedly win, so I'm not super concerned about it. I'm also not super concerned about the damage, the extra damage I can apply to Valiant on this particular turn. So we're going to do Redbeard's Salty Seas here. Valiant still has his taunt up. We will continue to punish him. Argenta is going to be next. We will auto-battle the rest of this. This will be our first arena win of the dia. Dia, for those of you who don't hablo español, is Spanish for day. Now you know 'cause you talked to Matt. Hey! It's a theme song that some people made up for me on a theater job that I did a few years ago. And now I shared it with you because I'm fancy like that, apparently. All right, first arena battle down. We've got an extra 60 arena gold, 600 coins, plus an extra 60 from the booster pass. So, at this point, we have seen the booster pass giving us lots of extra things. Come in here to the quests and showcase we're getting extra experience, more energy to use right away, even more experience yet again. Let's go ahead and use that energy really quickly so that we can make sure to let everything actually start refreshing itself. Great, that's done. Now I'm gonna come in and put some time in with Jester Go-Go. All right, 18 times 6, that's 108 energy. I should be good to complete all of it. And that would leave me with, what, 45 energy left over, I think? If I did the math right. Ooh, 0 Go-Go tiles from all 5 of those attempts. Boo. But that's what we're stuck with at the moment. All right, so we have now seen the booster pass in action. So the question is, what do you really get, fully get, with the booster pass, and how does it compare to spending money in other ways in the game? Let's go into the shop and check it out. Now, Vintage made an excellent post in the content creator channel on Discord where he actually outlined exactly what you get for differing amounts of money and compared that to the $10 price tag that the booster pass is going to have. So let's look at it. First off, let's go ahead and look at straight gems. We know that the booster pass is going to cost $10 every 14 days. And that will give you 100 extra gems per day. If you compare that to actually just spending $10 straight on gems in the game, you will see that immediately, right off the bat, the booster pass is going to give you more gems than you can get by spending straight cash in the game. $10 for straight gems gives you 1,380 gems. With the booster pass, you get 1,400. So, if you are willing to spend your money on gems, the booster pass is already a better deal than this is. Secondly, Vintage points out that if you were to buy 14 premium bags, it would cost you 4,800 gems. That is included with the booster pass. So in addition to the 1,400 straight gems you get another 4,800 gems worth of premium bags. Those two things alone make it so that if you are willing to spend money on the game, the booster pass is by far the most efficient bang for your buck. And that doesn't include all the rest of the stuff that we're about to get into. Because on top of those two things, you also get double the amount of energy 3 times a day that you get for logging in when they do the energy refresh. You get 40 normally. With the booster pass active, you get 80 instead. Additionally, you get 100 free energy for one of the completions per day. You get 10% bonus coins for every single thing that gives coins in the entire game. And you get bonus experience. Now, the bonus experience is tricky. Until you get to level 60, this is an excellent thing for you to have. Once you get to level 60, the bonus experience is worthless. But it still is going to be a huge value per dollar based on everything else that we have already mentioned about the booster pass. For those of you who don't like doing things on, say, a 2-week cycle, you can expect to spend $20 every 28 days. That's roughly $20 per month if you decide to do it that way. But if we pull it up and look at it in here, you will see the same thing that I just mentioned, but you will see it right in front of you in the game. You get 1 premium bag per day, 100 extra energy, 200 extra experience, another 100 gems, and 100 arena currency. Then, in addition, you get an additional 40 campaign and monolith energy during the refresh times, 10% coins from everywhere, and if you're into this kind of thing, they make your name pink. So, is the booster pass a good value? Well, if you're already the type of person who is spending money on digital games, the answer is yes. It is an extremely good value. However, $10, just generically speaking, feels like a lot of money to invest every 2 weeks, at least to me. To put it into perspective, your Netflix account is less than $15 every month, and they're asking you to spend $10 every 2 weeks for a digital game that, to be completely honest with you, you can't play all day every day. And you don't get all of the content unlocked for $10 every 2 weeks. So, I think it goes both ways here. If you're willing to invest money in the game, this is an excellent deal. However, if you are not willing to spend $20 a month on a digital game, then this booster pass is not going to make you start. So I hope that explains it a little bit. I hope that makes my opinion relatively clear. I will probably be spending money on this booster pass because as a content creator, I want to make sure that I am at the forefront of basically all of the content. And getting the booster pass will enable you to level up your characters more quickly. It'll get you more characters more quickly, and it will allow us to make more content for you. So there we go. Let me know if I missed anything or if anything was unclear. Now, while I was explaining that, there were questions coming in about Poppy and her effect on the city team. So let's go ahead and go into our Brickspedition. Oh, I just remembered. I didn't do the unboxed event yesterday because after it went live, I was in a recording studio rehearsing for a CD that we're recording next week. But I digress. Let's go ahead and do the unboxed event for the Clockwork Robot now. I'm gonna see if I can get the quality of this one good enough so that I can actually record it while I'm doing it, because then I can just cut it later and make it into a nice little video for you. Before I do that though, let's see. Tio, level up Kelvin abilities at max. Good for you, because Kelvin's awesome now. Jennifer, what do you do first, character title or the gears to 7? Oh, Jennifer, what do you do first, level up your characters or level up their gear? I do both of them in tandem. I would suggest, if you have it available to you, that you do the gear first, because that will allow you to open up all of their abilities while also giving them the stats that they get from the gear themselves. Additionally, now that we are leveling up to 60, now that we're on that path to level up to 60, you are going to see an increasing demand on your gold currency as you have to actually pay to level up characters beyond the 50 limit that they were before. So, if you are new to the game, at this point, I would still suggest starting with your pirates. Level them up to at least level 50 and try to get them to 7 stars if you can, while equipping all of their gear to unlock all of their specials. They are going to help you get the most coinage in the game, and they're still a very, very strong team, even with the space rework, especially since the place where you get the most currency is not in PvP anyway. So, that's what I would suggest. Okay. Let's do the Clockwork Robot. Alright, here we go. Round the clock event, unboxed event for the Clockwork Robot. You are given 9 days to complete this event. It will only happen for you once. So, once you have completed it, you will get the Clockwork Robot at 2 stars and then never be able to do it again. But that's okay. That's how the unboxed events are meant to be. let's see what we have to do here. There are 3 nodes for the Clockwork Robot. 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nodes there following. They have started this pattern of releasing the character for you and then giving you some extra nodes to go a little bit further and get some extra currency, extra ability materials and whatnot along with this new character that we're receiving. The starting levels are usually very, very easy and will give you the character for free. So this one you can see is recommended level 17 gear level 2. It will provide you with 10 gems, 10 Clockwork Robot tiles, and 10,000 currency. So let's go ahead and get into the battle here. I am going to use a team that is probably incredibly overpowered for this. Plus, they give you Clockwork Robot as a companion. Let's go! So now I have to figure out what voice Clockwork Robot should have for the rest of this video. So I'm gonna go with Request Ticket 83920. Ahoy, matey! I am here to relieve you of your quality assurance duties. Captain Redbeard says, "Me asked for a bit of help, not to relieve me of my duties." It's a good thing there were only 2 of those because that Redbeard voice is gonna hurt a little bit. Alright, every single person in here is going to be one-shottable, so I'm actually just going to auto-battle my way through this. If you have a low-level team, you are going to need to start with Scarlet. She will auto-taunt, especially if you can't beat everybody just with one shot, so you don't have a way to get around her anyway. When you come to the second screen, you're going to want to take out Redbeard first, because Redbeard is going to counter when you tag any other pirate. That said, this battle should be relatively easy for you, even if you are a new player. Complete it, and you will unlock your Clockwork Robot at 1 star. Perhaps the sea dog could use a bit of vacation, yar. Fact, vacation time reduces the chance of mutiny. How cute, our little Clockwork Robot friend. Alright, we will assemble the Clockwork Robot and continue on with the unboxed event. I am going to invest nothing in the Clockwork Robot at this point because at the moment, even if I get him at 2 stars, 3 stars even, I doubt he's going to be strong enough for me to throw in with any of the rest of my team members. The Clockwork Robot did just get released with a pretty impressive selection of skills, but at the same time, you will have to invest in a team to go with him if you haven't done it already. Board number 2. Gorwell. And Gorwell sounds like, "Oh, good, you're here. I am not mind-controlled. Everyone else is. Can you eliminate them for me, metal human?" Detecting high levels of mind control. See what we did there? Gorwell. Sounding like a pretty girl. Alright. If you struggle with this one, I would suggest that you take out Gorwell first as soon as you get around the taunt from the skeleton warrior up front. Now, they did just improve the relationship between Commander Cold and Kelvin, but Gorwell can still speed up and heal the rest of her team components, so it is going to be an issue and you are going to want to take her out first. You will also notice that Blacktron Quincy comes in the second stage of this battle. Quincy, one of the newest characters to the game, will be available in a Brick Pace event coming out shortly. Currently, you can't get him though. So again, we auto-battle that one without much cause for alarm and go on to the next screen. Mission accomplished! Space base secured! And Gorwell says, "I am filing a complaint." Well, alright. Node number 3. This will allow us to get our Clockwork Robot to level 2, or rather to 2 stars. We're gonna come in here with the same team we've been battling with before. We will probably auto battle our way through this one as well, but let's see what they have to say about it. Businessman Trent. I feel like Businessman Trent is probably a bro, so he sounds like, "It doesn't matter how high we set the price. No one is renting these apartments." Wow, Businessman Trent feeling that New York real estate crisis right now. Logic flawed. I don't know why I'm doing the hands too. Danger, Will Robinson. Anyway. Yeah, well, what do you know, robot? Coming into the battle now. Okay, so on this team, you can focus on whoever you want to because they're all terrible. I am going to focus on Businessman Trent first because I can just take him out. He is the biggest damage dealer on the team. I know that Sal is going to get a taunt off and it's going to be a long one probably. Now if you can, you're going to want to target Yuppie first in the second round of characters that come in because the Yuppie can res. And if you can prevent that res from happening, it'll just allow you to get through the battle that much more quickly. Once the Yuppie is gone, if you're still in the battle, go toward the crash test dummy, and then you should be able to complete without much problem. Success! 10 more tiles of the Clockwork Robot. And the businessman says, wait, so you're saying I should be lowering the rent? Logic improved! Everything I learned in business school was a lie. Obvious realization achieved! Oh my goodness. So now we get on to the next several nodes. They are probably all going to require that you use the Clockwork Robot that you just received. This shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll just replace somebody on our team with the Clockwork Robot and carry on. But now you'll notice that the rewards greatly improve. More money, more gems, and more ability materials. We'll see if at any point they actually require that we level up the Clockwork Robot. But until then, we are going to put together a team of pirates that includes the Clockwork Robot instead of, I think I'll replace Darwin here with the Clockwork Boy, who's probably all the way at the bottom. There he is, because I haven't leveled him up at all. So there. Loading into the game. All right. So we come in here, a bunch of spooky characters it looks like. Basil is going to be going faster than everybody else with the exception of this taunter, apparently. The Clockwork Robot is most likely going to die very quickly, but I have a feeling I can probably still auto-battle my way through this without much ado. So that's what we're going to do. Even though the Clockwork Robot is going to get smashed on every round in just a single hit and taken out, you can see that my team is still powerful enough to work through this on its own. Now, the way that this particular group of people comes out, you will be directed at who you have to kill first because of the taunt rotation of the different characters that come out. So there's really very little strategy to offer for this particular node if you're having a hard time with it, because the node itself will actually dictate what order you have to complete it in. Additionally, we've got our 10 ability mats, 50,000 coins, 10 gems, and 5,000 other coins. Now, despite the fact that I lost Clockwork Robot, it's important to note that it doesn't matter, because you can only complete all of these nodes once anyway, and you will get the maximum rewards when you do. So don't worry if you lose your Clockwork Robot if you haven't leveled him up. It's fine. All you have to do is win. So again, we're going to replace the characters on the team with those we want to take into battle with us. Where is my hiker? There's my hiker. Get in there. Just to throw out some extra heal in case we get to a level where we need it. Now, before I do make the decision to do an auto battle, I will take a quick look at the relative levels of the characters I'm fighting against and see if it is necessary. Aha. In this case, the characters are all still very low, but it is very important that I get through the Yuppie first, because if not, he will bring somebody back to life. So, now that I have targeted him down, now I will focus on the crash test dummy next, because he can explode and deal a fair amount of damage to everybody, and then I will put it on auto battle. My goodness, the sheer number of taunts that they put out for the second round is pretty extreme. That said, they have a lackluster healer in the position of fitness instructor, and they have no ability to resurrect. So, once you get through all of the taunts, you just keep going. Leave the zombie for last because that resurrection, A, has a very long, annoying animation, and B, he's gonna probably come back to life anyway. But in this case I didn't. The RNG favored me, and I don't have to kill the zombie twice. Usually, however, you do. So there's no point in killing him first, because you're just spinning your wheels doing extra damage at a character you're gonna have to kill twice anyway. You're better off focusing on somebody else instead. Okay, coming into the next one, required or recommended level 40, gear level 5. It still does not require that we upgrade our clockwork robot. 100 remaining. This is weird. You only get to complete it once anyway. Whatever. Let's go in here and take care of it. Oh no! I was not paying attention. I started the battle with the team they automatically start me with. I have a feeling it's not going to matter much though. I still get the heals from Cook Bart should I need them. All of these characters are still basically one-shottable, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, let's see what happens if I actually use the AoE first. Right, so Naya's gonna get off her heal, but it doesn't do very much healing. She doesn't hit very hard. We take out a bunch of the characters on their team. Make sure you take down Digi-J first, because Digi-J can go around and smash everyone on your team if you get unlucky RNG against you. We got a bunch of great whites in here that you probably don't need to worry about very much. You are, however, going to want to take out Kai as soon as you can, because he deals a lot of damage. Wu comes in the back. If you can target Wu, great, go for it. However, you're probably not going to be able to before Lloyd is going to put up his stealth on the whole team anyway. So, if you're having trouble defeating it, you just have to go battle of attrition style and start with Lloyd, because as you can see, once he puts everybody else in stealth, there's nothing you can do anyway. After that, see if you can go for Wu, especially if you get lucky enough that everyone is stealthed at the same time. Now, if you are running a pirate team, it's important to note that while everyone is stealthed, that Redbeard will not counter against them. But the only good thing about everyone being stealthed is it means you can target whoever you want. So keep that in mind while you're running through this node. We complete this one, and we move on to whatever the final node is going to require. Let's find out. Oh no, there's 2 left. This one, recommended level 50, gear level 5, still required clockwork robot. Let's go in here and make sure we put Argenta and the hiker in here. Okay, battle loading up. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, now on this team, you're going to want to kill Willa first, but you might not be able to if your team is relatively low, in which case you're going to want to start with Princess Storm. Princess Storm actually can do considerable damage. Now again, you'll notice that my team is relatively overpowered for this, so it's not going to be much of an issue, and I will put it on auto battle. But generally, you're going to want to take out Willa first if you can, because of her ability to just cause mayhem on the board. And then you're going to want to take out Princess Storm. When Basil comes in, he's going to be the person you need to target first, because 1, he's going to be a relatively fast taunter. 2, he can actually heal the rest of the people on the team. So if you start to get everybody else low and then Basil taunts, like what happens with Jester Go-Go if you're familiar fighting him, then as soon as you have to turn your attention to Basil, you're going to basically make it take longer. You might as well just start with him. Exceptions to this, if you can get around the taunt, you're going to want to hit Magisto first. But it's unlikely that you'll be able to, especially with Brutus being able to toss a taunt onto whoever he feels like it. So chances are, this is exactly what it's going to look like for you, and the final 2 people you battle will be Magisto and Brutus. Once you get down to them, however, you shouldn't have much of a problem. Just follow whoever has the taunt on them, because Brutus is going to keep tossing it back and forth, and get out with the victory. Grab your 10 ability 2, 5 ability 3, 50,000 coins, 10 gems, 10 currency, and hopefully 5,000 extra coins from your booster pass. Okay, here we are on the final node of the Clockwork Robot. Recommended level 50, gear level 6. More money, more ability materials. Still required to use the Clockwork Robot. Still going to use a very, very level 1 Clockwork Robot in order to get it done. Now, let me remind you that the Clockwork Robot is a very good character, at least on paper. He is brand new, so there has been very little actual testing done with him, but based on the way his abilities read, he has the potential to be very, very strong. So if you need to level up your Clockwork Robot in order to get through all of these levels, I would suggest that you do it, because you will get a lot of use out of him. Now look at what we have here. A collection of pirates, Imperials with Primo. This is a strange team combination. However, Hank is going to be dealing the most damage on the team, so we will take him out first. Now everybody looks like they've got relatively low health, so I will put this on auto battle while I talk about the rest. There's going to be taunts coming out from both Primo and Valiant. Primo has relatively low health and defense without a bunch of stacks of courage, so taking him out should be relatively easy. If Valiant does not taunt on the first go-around, follow that up with Governor Tierney. Darwin is actually going to be the Imperial that does the most damage. However, every time you defeat another Imperial, Darwin's damage goes down because of his Imperial synergy. So, if you leave him for last, it's okay, because every other Imperial that you kill is going to make him weaker in combination. Now we come out with some more Imperials on the board. I'm going to switch over to Admiral Nonsuch. You see we have tons of Laquays on the board. Once Admiral Nonsuch is down, I am going to switch over to Governor Tierney here on the right. Governor Tierney can actually put counter up on all of his Imperial friends, which is honestly just an annoying thing to have to deal with, especially if your team is low enough that those counters can pose a threat. Whatever you do, leave Lee for last. Lee, if you hit her with enough debuffs, will actually get an automatic heal. And while she's alive, she's a relatively poor healer and does very little, if any, damage. So it's safe to leave her for last. We'll take out Cook Bart, then Lee Tierney, and end with the win, finishing out the Clockwork Robot Unboxed event here. Another 50,000 coins, 10 gems, 10 of all of the different ability elixirs, another 5,000 coins from our booster pass. Wow, that took me a long time to find. We get this notification that the event is complete, and it spits us back out into the event hub. Well, I hope you found this video on the Clockwork Robot Unboxed event helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe down at the bottom. Join me for my streams Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see you later. Great. Now, all of you who are still on my stream just saw me actually record a video live while I was on stream with you. I've never done that before. Let me know if you found that interesting, or if you even felt like it was different at all. Also, let me go ahead and take a look over here at the comments that you made while I was doing that, since I can't respond to you guys while I'm creating a generic YouTube video for everybody. So let's see. Theo, hashtag Matt for Wizard of Oz Tin Man? Is that because of the robot voice that I picked? Good morning, Extreme Gamer. How are you doing? Matt explaining his tactical approach on a node that you can easily auto is one of my favorite things. Redbeard, I completely agree with you. Anybody who's at level 50 is not going to need it. As you saw, you can just auto battle through it even with the robot at 1 star. But I do that just in case you're coming in with a team that's only at level 20, gear level 3, gear level 4. If those things are going to pose a problem, it's pretty important that you know how to do it, or at least how I think you should do it. But still, the greater point, yeah, Redbeard, it is pretty funny, isn't it? Extreme, how am I liking the update? So far, I'm loving this update. I'm not even a big space guy, but it has unlocked a wealth of possibilities as far as theory crafting goes, so I'm super stoked on it. Let's see. What do you think about the Quincy brick paste? Jester, we don't actually know exactly how it's going to compare, but it looks like they're doing it the same way that they did Ghostbusters. Now, Ghostbusters, people had some issue with, honestly, so I'm surprised that it looks exactly the same as the Ghostbusters looked, where you do all of the nodes, and then the final node on a particular board is where you can actually get the character that you want to farm, plus then you have currency that you accrue during it. I think this is once again, like the Ghostbusters, going to force people to either get a mediocre collection of all three of them or a really advanced collection of one of them. Now remember that Blacktron Dwayne is easily farmable in the game without the brick paste. I do not want to hear of any of you using your event energy to get Blacktron Dwayne tiles from the brick paste event. That is worthless and a complete and utter waste of your energy and your tiles. Go to the monolith waste. It's so easy to get Blacktron Dwayne. Just do it that way, please. Other than that, Jester, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they'll make adjustments to the amount of energy that things require or the amount of energy that you get. The level of tiles that you might get from completing the last node in any of these boards, specifically for Quincy, who everybody's very excited about, and I guess Alpha Centauri, which I feel like nobody's excited about, but correct me if you've heard differently. So we'll see, but right now I'm hesitant to say that I like it or dislike it because I actually think it's an interesting way to do it. Giving people the opportunity to spend their gems to refresh the energy to get nodes of everyone, or use the free energy you get to consolidate into one place. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. The Ghostbusters update was lackluster for me personally because I didn't care about collecting the Ghostbusters. So we'll see if this feels different when I go to pour my energy into the Blacktron Quincy nodes. Yeah, for sure, we're all beginners once. Oh, right, Redbeard, about the videos. Llama, happy with the structure of the event. The structure wasn't the problem. The paywall was so that we hope they fix that. Yeah. So Llama is one of the people who actually invested in the Ghostbusters, if you guys weren't aware. So please, 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 if you have questions about what it actually feels like to spend money to purchase characters for a particular event, especially for limited time characters, Llama is a good one to ask. She's one of the few people I know who, one, regularly attends my stream, and two, has actually spent that amount of money to acquire event characters like the Ghostbusters. So if you want to know what that's like, she's your best resource for that right now. How much does the booster pass cost per month? Extreme Gamer, it is $10 every 14 days. And do I think it is worth it? I went over this a little earlier in my stream, but to give you the cliff notes, if you are willing to spend $10 every 2 weeks, then the booster pass is by far the best place to do it. If you are unwilling to spend $10 every 2 weeks, then no, you're not going to get any more benefit out of it than you would. I don't think it is... I don't think the $10 price point is going to encourage people to spend money who were already not spending money. But if you did spend money, it is by far the most efficient use of your real dollars. By far. Unfortunately, we get the round 1 clumsy placed on our Argenta here in our arena battle, which means, oh my god, and everybody has offense down. I gotta take that away from everybody. I can't have everybody running around with offense down here. I want offense up! Offense up, Valiant! Give me that attack up so that I can burn a bus. Okay, Magisto coming in with his early special. But we have the Dizzy on Burnibus, which is great. It means he is not going to be dealing tons and tons of damage to us. I am now going to come around and just keep smashing on him. Valiant, I'm going to get the taunt, and they are done with all of their AoE damage, which means I can put the taunt on Valiant, and then I can basically ignore all of the debuffs on all of my other characters while I keep Valiant alive. So note, even though my Darwin is extremely low, it doesn't matter because there's nobody on their team that can hit him anyway. Now we have something to worry about because Valiant has lost his taunt. However, he had it for as long as we needed him to. Basically, as long as it took for us to get the other two characters out. I am going to go ahead and use my ultimate on Magisto here to try to get this little wizard out of the way. I succeed. Surprisingly, it wasn't dodged like it normally is. Unfortunately, now I don't really have much of a choice but to target Cook Bart. But if I can get Dizzy, ooh, do not get the Diz. No worries, I have enough heals for everybody to outlast the counter damage. Now we come in, put the taunt back on Valiant. We can auto battle our way through the Highwayman and take our second arena win. Alrighty then. So, we are at 10 a.m., which as you guys know is when I turn into a pumpkin. But we get our 100 arena energy from doing that quest. We get our 1 free premium bag. And I know that there have been questions about the Poppy rework. So, before I go, I am actually going to come in here and open the premium bag because I'm sure everybody wants to see the premium bag be opened. Once you collect that premium bag, by the way, you'll find it, you'll find it if you go in your bags and supplies in your general store and then scroll down to your premium bag options. The premium bag and the multi-bags, you'll see they have this collect one. Doesn't matter which one of them you click on, you just hit collect, and it will give you your one bag. Boo! And for this premium bag, I get 15 Crook Chuck tiles. Now, this is an interesting one. Crook Chuck, I actually might need to level up for my city team instead of Sal. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. We're going to come into the Brickspedition. I am going to show you what it looks like to fight with an all-city team. Ooh, actually, before I do that, I am going to spend the money to get my businessman Trent up to 7 stars. Look at this. Businessman Trent up to 7 stars. Businessman Trent's stats are good enough that when he's at 7 stars, his power is over 30,000. That's over 9,000 for all of my Dragon Ball Z fans out there. That puts him at, what is he? That puts him right behind Street Sweeper Sal in terms of his total power. But anyway, we're doing that because the city team has one big, did I mention that it's big? Flaw. And that is that they do terrible damage. So if you look at this team, if you're looking at a basic city team, it's going to be some variation of what you see here. Primarily, especially with the update, you're going to be running Primo and Firefighter Ash. Firefighter Ash, one of the strongest attackers in the entire game. You're definitely going to want to have her. Officer Primo for the Courage generation, and his ultimate, which can remove both stealth and taunt. It also removes pep, but that relies on stacks of courage, which, as we know from watching my stream, are unreliable. But having him to remove that taunt and that stealth, if you're fighting against a team with, say, Scarlet or any of the ninjas, is going to be incredibly important. Now we have Poppy on the team because of her rework. We want to give her a God's Honest try, which leaves us 2 spaces. And these are the ones currently taken up by Construction Worker Sal and Chef. Now, Firefighter Ash gets stronger whenever she has courage, which she generates whenever a tank gets hit. So you need to have a tank classification character on your team. She still will hit pretty hard without it, so I'm going to do some testing where I replace Sal. And if you replace Chef with somebody, you've got some options. Maybe you go, well, I want this to be a defense-oriented team that's very hard to kill. So I'm going to put Explorer Aurora in place of, say, Chef, so that she can keep bringing people back to life. The problem is, without the Arctic Glider, she can only do that every couple of, well, every, I think, 4th turn. Now you might supplement that with Poppy's ability to decrease cooldowns, so then she can bring people back to life every, say, third turn instead of every fourth turn. But still, it's going to be a somewhat unreliable way to go about it. It might help you in these PvE scenarios, like in the Brickspedition, but in PvP I don't know if it'll be that much. Either way, if you look at this team, what you'll notice is a complete and utter lack of offense. Poppy and Sal both hit like wet noodles. All right? Primo actually hits okay, but only with his primary ability. All of his other abilities are just support abilities and don't do any damage at all. So if you're going to run a team like this, you immediately run into this problem, and I did it all day yesterday, trust me, where you have an incredible ability to stay alive and an incredible inability to kill anything. So the first thing I did was replace Chef with Businessman Trent. Businessman Trent is relatively fast and can hit pretty hard, so he's a pretty decent way to go. So let's take on our first battle using this combination of characters and see how it goes. I think the brick pace success is going to depend on how expensive the nodes are. That was what killed Ghostbusters for Theo. It was too energy expensive to farm properly. A lot of people agree with you. Llama responds, the paywall was real. Hoping that the prices will be adjusted. If not, the impact is not as great as Ghostbusters, since it's only one figure and a set instead of multiple at the same time. Llama brings up an excellent point. Since nobody should be using their energy for Blacktron Dwayne, it means that everyone should be using it for Quincy instead anyway. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not anyone feels the difference. Okay. Look at the team we have in front of us. Now, this is a typical, based on their health bars, it looks like they might be level 50, gear level 5. Yeah. Okay, they're about 6 stars, level 50, and it looks like they're gear level 5. They do not have Redbeard's ultimate in here. Which means, keep in mind that even while I'm showing you this fight, we are battling against a relatively weak team compared to what you'll find anywhere else. The firefighter Ash is level 50 at 5 stars. If you were to fight the same team in the arena, I guarantee you all of these characters would be at 7 stars. Businessman Trent is only at 4. So, watch the damage that gets done by my team while we do this. Additionally, the fire station is here to generate stacks of courage by resisting debuffs. Princess Verda does not apply any. Neither does Firefighter Ash. Businessman Trent can apply 1, but it's really your Captain Redbeard and your Cook Bart who can apply the most debuffs. Unfortunately, it's also Captain Redbeard who is the most dangerous and the one that we want to take out first. So, applying debuffs might become kind of irrelevant, especially once you consider that the people applying the debuffs are going to be killed. We're going to go ahead and use Primo's taunt to give speed up to everyone else on our team. We do 2 attacks, and now we are caught with a dilemma already. I don't really need to refresh anybody's cooldowns quite yet, so I'm going to use Poppy's primary ability to generate a stack of courage, but she doesn't get one. Even though she has a 70% chance to get one right now to make her heal stronger, she generates 0, so her heal stays relatively weak. Additionally, Primo looks like he's about to die already. This is terrible news. So, I think we're gonna have to use her heal already in its weakest state, which is something that I commented on before on the video that I made with GKM. That while she can generate courage in order to make her heal stronger, you're probably never ever going to use it because you'll need to use her heal earlier than that anyway. So, let's go ahead and take Firefighter Ash out here. You'll notice that it is taking forever to get it out. I'm also now going to use Primo's ultimate. This will reduce everybody's pep by 45%, 15% per stack of courage. It will also remove stealth from Princess Verda and give her disarmed. I am now, because I'm about to take out all of their AoE, going to focus on keeping my Sal alive. So now all the AoE is gone. I've got 5 stacks of courage on Firefighter Ash. The big damage dealer now with Princess Verda locked out is going to be Businessman Trent. I am going to smash him with a single hit. This is the only saving grace of the damage on the city team. And the problem is when you combine that with dodge chance, it becomes incredibly unreliable. But you see, even without critting, she still did 8,500 damage on her attack. And now we're at this place where everybody's pretty low. So I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody attack up. But as I mentioned just a second ago, Officer Primo is pretty low, right? Which means in order to really continuously use this hero, in order to really continuously use this team over and over and over again, you really need to be able to finish out your battles with everybody like leveled up, powered up, full of H-pizzles. And instead, we just keep getting attacked. Now, the other good thing about Poppy is that when she generates a stack of courage, she heals everyone on the team for 10%. So we managed to get out of this battle with all 5 of our characters still alive. But we can't use this team again without healing Officer Primo. So that's not going to work very well. So let's do another battle. But instead, we're going to do a little bit of a test here. Oh, so this one is recommended 36 gear level 4. So what I have seen is the damage on this team is low, but so is the healing, right? And if the only thing we can rely on for damage is Firefighter Ash, then we're stuck in this between a rock and a hard place because we have to have this tank on our team in order to get more damage out there. So I'm gonna take a shot and actually replace Sal with Chef. Now this means that Firefighter Ash is going to generate 0 courage unless she resists a debuff, which is going to significantly nerf the amount of damage that Firefighter Ash can do. And you might think, well, wait a minute. Don't we need to have the courage in here in order to make Firefighter Ash useful? Because didn't you just complain about the fact that the damage is too low? And I did. However, we also need the Healy Heals. So we're gonna come in here and do it this way. Now, I know that I need to take out a fair number of characters pretty quickly. The advantage of having Chef on the team is that now we can actually put speed up on our team for basically the entire battle, because Chef can add it, and then when it runs off, we can also put it on the team through the taunt from Officer Primo. Trying to generate a stack of courage with Poppy so that she gives everybody on the team a little heal, and again we fail. That's 2 attacks with Poppy where she had a 70% chance to generate a stack of courage and didn't. It's troublesome, right? This is what we're sitting at now. Poppy just got a rework, but it feels kind of terrible. All right, we are going to use Officer Primo's ultimate in order to remove Pep and put that disarmed on Verda and pull her out of stealth. We will finish off the Chicken Man. Now I'm just going to use Poppy's heal at its lowest level. Poppy is now at the highest she can possibly be, and with her base heal, heals everyone for only 2,000 damage. Still, I am able to heal up my team a little bit more reliably than I was before. So there's something to be said for that, I guess. But we had to significantly nerf Ash's damage in order to do it. Now the next thing I am actually going to try for this team would be to level up Crook Chuck. Crook Chuck is an explorer, but he is also a city tank. And he does extra damage when he has taunt. So I might be able to replace Businessman Trent with Crook Chuck and get some additional longevity out of the team. Let's do one more battle. Let's see here. This top way is a little easier, so let's do it anyway. And then there's the issue of the team just not generating enough courage, which means that I might have to find a way to fit Minor Clay in here, which again, if we're going to use Primo and Firefighter Ash and Poppy, means that I'll have to take Chef out to put Miner Clay in, and Businessman Trent out to put Crook Chuck in. Either way, I still think it's going to perform pretty underwhelmingly. Ice Glider and Aurora are still the heart of the city. Redbeard? Correctamundo. City units are just too weak to not have a reviver. Where is the event calendar? Tio, the event calendar is on Discord. Or at least that's where I saw it. If you look at the announcements on Discord, I believe it's in there. Okay, so let's come through here again. Once again, as I mentioned, we are going to see a significant lack of, a significant nerf to the damage from Firefighter Ash due to what I just mentioned before. I do actually want to heal and put speed up on everybody since Primo is relatively low. We'll throw attack up on everybody as well. And we take out Basil. Why? Because this team is only level 38, but otherwise we would just still be hammering away at everybody. We know that Primo is about to get his taunt up. Poppy does generate a stack of courage and heal everyone for 10%. Very nice. And then what do we do next? Now we just start dealing damage to everybody. We will remove stealth and taunt. Here you see the actual power. We remove Sal's taunt and the stealth from the Highwayman at once, which means we can just turn around and start smashing the Highwayman right away. That is incredibly powerful. Additionally, this is going to be an incredibly powerful thing to do against the ninjas because, as everybody well knows, Kai, for example, hits very, very hard but is very, very squishy. But he's constantly protected by the stealth. So if we take that away, then he's got nothing. Nothing, sir. But we had to nerf Firefighter Ash's damage in order to do this. Still, you can see that this is proving to be more effective. So we take away Firefighter Ash's ability to generate courage in order to make the city team more effective. That just feels bad, doesn't it? So I'm going to end with this here. I still have a lot more exploring to do and a lot more theory crafting to do in order to see if there is a world in which the city team is useful with the fire station. If I try everything and just continuously fail to make it happen, then I'll just be talking to the devs. We know that there is a plan for them to revamp the city team next year. We don't know exactly when. And I would consider myself lucky if I could actually put together a couple reports. Say like, hey, you know, if you tweaked this like this and changed this like this, it might actually make them useful without making them overpowered. They still might be a terrible arena team, but now maybe they're a good raid team. Or maybe they're a good arena team, but not a great Brickspedition team anymore. I think it's fine for your teams to be overpowered in one area and then weak in another area. It encourages people to actually explore the game and actually expand their roster in what I would consider to be a really good way. What you don't want people to do is invest and then find out that they invested in the wrong characters. Actually, what you don't want to do is just have wrong characters to invest in. You want everybody to be able to offer something to the game and something useful. Right now, it looks like the city team is still lacking. But this is a story for another day as we continue to explore through which version of the city team might work with the fire station. Until then, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope that you enjoy my green screen now. I hope that you liked the seeing how the sausage is made for the unboxed video today. I will be gone tomorrow, but Saturday at 9 a.m., I will be right back here, Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m., with the morning build. Until then, thank you for watching, everybody. That means a lot to me. And I'll see you later. Peace out.